Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel presents.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Banner Saga. Today's episode, we will continue our journey. So, the last episode, we did quite a lot of training, and I feel like we should cut it out. I'm not really sure if we are gonna be resting. I just feel like we should head out and continue this story to see what will happen. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stop to speak with you, each carrying a single pack. "We recognize this place," one man says. "Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. We can wish the fighters well, see them off with extra supplies, remind everyone that they're free to do as they please. You think you'll survive there on your own. Tell them they are needed here. We're gonna wish them well. I cannot send them off with extra supplies. The reason why is fairly simple. We have only 11 stacks left, and if they were hunters who in the previous episode got us to this place where there was lots of animals to hunt for, I feel like they should manage on their own. I cannot say that they can do whatever they want because that can create some issue in the caravan, so I'm gonna wish them off. And kin is kin, you say. Do what you must to protect them." The man claps you on your shoulder and the fighters depart. So we have received some renown. Did not affect us that much. Complaints of excessive drinking have resurfaced. This time the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulled the snagged canvas through a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Clansmen put out the fire on both the wagon and his leg before leading him to you. "We can punish him physically, ban him from camping near others in the future. This man drinks nothing but water from now on. This will not do anything. So it's either the first option or the third option. I'm just not sure if the guy will be able to quit cold turkey, so let's go with punishment. You're considering your options when a thief appears out of nowhere and doubles him over with a gut shot. "Endanger everyone again and you'll get more than a cracked rib," she shouts, leaving in a huff. The others go back to their business, satisfied with the outcome. Morale goes up, and we are approaching another place. "Dredge!" shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's rough enough. The unabashed drunk staggering towards you, looking not entirely sober. He screams again, pointing to trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surround whatever his name. Okay, if we banish the dumbass from the caravan, that might do a lot of good, but also a lot of bad. Not really sure what are the chances because, scouts return with no sightings. Now what, let the men punish him. A swift and brutal beating befalls the dumbass, one that leaves him begging for mercy. The next time he's offered meat, the man shees away in fear. As for the rest of the caravan, everyone seems pretty satisfied. Okay, apparently I'm a...
Once a strong, thriving city, the walls of Frostvellir now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against dredge as well.
Okay, now they have at least some form of fortification. Not exactly sure if it's proper fortification, but there are multiple layers of wall, plus the town needs to be scaled when it goes up the hill, so you jostle through fellow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostville for days. The gates are closed. You come to stop at the bottom of the hill. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside in the open like this. Odi finds you amongst the many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody's being let into the city. Why? It's overrun with whirl from... What? Bloodsbog, Greyhorn, people from Bitra, all the nearby villages. The dredge are everywhere, and the chieftain of Frostfloor has locked himself in his great hall. That's when they close the gates. When the dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. We're getting in the wall somehow. I want to know more about what's going on in here. Let's lay low for now and see what happens. No. Where else could we go? I don't know what to do. No and no. What else can we... Where else could we go? I want to know more about what's going on in there. We're getting in the wall somehow might not be the best option, so where else could we go? With our whole caravan south, but Sigorm of... Oh my god. Borgsgard are so far away, they may as well be horseborn lands. The dredge are moving south. If we keep going west, we might get out of their path. Wormwood is half as far as Sigorm and full of Varl, and across the waste, these people won't make it. I don't like any of these ideas. That's because they're all bad. There's no point talking about leaving. We have to get in there. I want to know more about what's going on. I see a lot of people gathered around the rest houses and the gates. We could find out what they know. How would we get in anyway? They closed the gate. I can get that gate open. Let's see if there's any other way before we start breaking down gates. And that's quite what I'm trying to avoid. I wasn't going to break it, just push really hard. I like his style, but we have to be careful here. Reason why is fairly simple. If we were to break down the gates, then there is nothing that would stop the dredge from rushing into the town. What does the market offer? Obsidian bell. This dark stony bell makes such a deep sound you can barely hear it at all. +3 armor while resting, +2 aggro. Okay, so I'm assuming that's something negative. We have a ceremonial dagger, commonly carried in hidden places on the body, giving enemies second thoughts about getting too close. -1 aggro. And once again, we have the Valka thread. This is super tempting, but what renown gets 3 food? We have 9 days worth of it. Let's go like this, and let's go to the heroes because we have 15 points of renown. We can potentially level up our heroes for 10 points. So let's do this, and still unfortunately cannot equip the better trinket. We cannot level up him because he will require also 5 more renown points. I'm not really feeling like resting. We're gonna have to find out what the hell is going on at the gates, probably. You approach the gate, where hundreds of people have gathered. In the trodden, bloody space in front of the doors, several pin-cushioned bodies lie unclaimed, as though they simply belonged there. Archers up on the wall make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason, when they're not flinging stones and curses. Ivor, did you really expect to push these gates open? Find out more from the crowd. Shout at the guards on the wall. Leave the gates and try something else. Okay, this is not a good option. This I will leave. Let's try to find out more from the crowd. You spend an hour talking to different people who all have the same story. A couple days ago, the chieftain shut himself in, closed the gates and refused any more refugees. They've got huge stores of supplies in there too, adds one man. They're just hoarding them. A guild pulls you aside. I was following the outside of these walls, he says, and there's a water passage we could squeeze through, I think. Not the whole caravan, but if a handful of us get in, we might open the gates from the inside. Okay. This is definitely a good idea. What happens if we shout at the guards? We're from Score. Open the gates. You shout to the archers, not expecting much. You get as much response as you expected. Damn it. You leave the crowds and head back down the hill. There are a lot of people gathered around the rest houses. Maybe we can find help there. Okay, we need to get to that thing for the water. Does anyone see it on the map? I know that by the time the episode is published, I have already made some stupid choice. What if we go to the gate one more time? Let's not aggravate the entire town. I don't see the water passage, and this is not looking good. Okay, the drumming is not helping me with trying to think of a plan. I really hate that I did not go and check that freaking water thingy. One more try. I'm willing to try, grunts Ivor. Despite sizing up doors that look like they could hold back an army, we're not doing this. This is a terrible idea, you say. We don't even know how many are in there. Ivor folds his arms. He seems almost relieved that he didn't have to live up to his earlier thingy. Leave the gates and try something else. You leave the crowds and head back down the hill. I cannot trigger the option for the water thingy, and along the walls I just so the issue is that we are trying to get into this upper part of the town. I'm not really sure what has happened here, and I'm not really sure if like here somewhere is the option for the thingy. this is killing me. Honestly, this is kind of killing me. I don't know why the option is no longer available to me, and I'm not sure if we will get anything positive when we would rest. It would, you know, get to the night time so that they can try to sneak through that water passage thingy. And I don't see it anywhere. You spend the whole day at the rest house. Everyone gives you the same story. Egil pulls you aside. I followed the outside. Okay, finally. Check out the water passage. Tend to the wounded. Settle in for a long haul. Rest for a day. Check out the water passage, please. I'm not fitting through there, says Ivor. When you arrive at the narrow ducts, go without me. It looks like it'll get you on top of the walls and then down to the gate where you can open it. Wait for us at the gate, Ivor. We'll be quick. When Egil said water, you should have guessed Runoff. Still, you managed to squeeze your way through tight stonework and force your way past an iron gate. You take stairs to the top of the walls. As you approach the gates, armed men take notice. They don't ask questions. Okay, probably we're gonna fight. And most definitely we will fight. So we have the option here to have few melee combatants and few ranged units. Let's see if we will be able to utilize them somehow properly. Depends from the layout of the battlefield, of course. Okay. So this is what I was trying to talk about. You would go like this. You know, like some sort of a checkers formation. We can theoretically move you here into the back in case he will get to them close so that our two archers are not too exposed. And this way we have we can create potentially a shield wall in here. We can deal with them and we should be able to deal with them, so fingers crossed. Are you in range? Absolutely no. Let's try to rest up here. She will probably try to attack, deal some serious damage. Unfortunately, out of range yet again. Can you attack her? Of course no. Thread the needle will unfortunately not do it, so we will need to end her turn. But she should be able to, really hoping she should be able to freaking attack here or something. Okay. Break 2 points on his armor. We'll close in distance. Unfortunately, he was able to close in quite a lot of the distance. Way more than I would appreciate. Let's move you here, and let's go bonkers on this archer, and we will try to move them in here to provide some needed assistance. So she is moving yet again. Do we wanna... No, let's not do the stone wall. Let's rather break his armor. Really need to move her away because this is not good. Let's go for 6 points. She is gone, so she will be wounded. We should be able to finish him off if he won't deflect. Okay, that's seriously bad. Okay, how do we... Let's go 4 points, please don't deflect. That's a beautiful dodge there. Let's see if it boards his armor. This guy is gonna be an issue, I can tell that right away. 6 points. Okay, 3 points of armor down. Let's give him a boost here. Move you to this position. And let's go crazy on him. Really nice, really nice. Gonna move you to this position and 4 points. Okay, Rook is getting his ass kind of whooped. So let's try to deal with this. He will be probably harmed. 5 points. Okay, so I'm quite sure a more experienced player would have handled this better. So Adif is injured, Mogan is injured, and Rook should be also injured. But at least I'm really hoping the gates will now open. What in the depths are you doing? Letting ourselves in. I see that. I'm very impressed. But all those people you just let in here, dead. All those women and children with you, dead. And thanks for killing the only ones holding this place together, Skull. What are you talking about? The man orders his guards to get the doors closed again before more refugees notice. If I knew there were fighters and a Varl outside, I would have brought you in. I'm Ekil. I'm in charge here. You heard about the chieftain? We heard he's hiding out in the Great Hall. Oh, really? Think you mean hiding out in a grave? He's eating worms. If that wasn't clear. Okay, beautiful. What happened in here? Soon as they heard Dredge were coming, anyone who couldn't swing an axe got one to the head. That's the short story anyway. At least 3 clans in here pouring over turf and food, and the worst are the god-forsaken Varl. He eyes Ivor and shrugs with exaggeration, as if simply staring at the obvious. We're in more danger here than out there. Look, I was in charge here before things went to crap. We've got some people who can fight. You've got your own Varl. That counts for something. I can keep your flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me and to take back Frostfloor. I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have become the bad. Fine. Cut these sheep loose and watch your own asses. What do I care? All I want to do right now is get out of the damn streets. Think carefully about what you want. Okay. So, we were told previously that if we try to move anywhere, it's almost impossible. The barren lands, which only probably the Varl would survive, not a great option. Plus, we don't have any provisions. Not sure if... Well, we have provisions, I'm just not sure how we would be able to resupply if there are no animals or anything to hunt for or gather. So the third option is definitely not a good one. I'm considering the first one and the second one. It's just, I'm not sure what will happen if we will go with the second option. If there are multiple factions inside of the town fighting for space and provisions, that might not end well. And if we join him, I'm not sure what are the options that the other Varl will not try to fight us and instead will try to maybe join us because we have one amongst ourselves in the party. God damn it. Okay, let's let's go with him for now. Good, because whatever else you were thinking would have been a bad idea. Echo shouts to his men, and with the gates closed, you follow him down obscure alleys. Hope we know what we're doing. Making it up as we go, Ivor. Hakon, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strahd as you wanted, and more weapons, extra supplies too. You perk up just now realizing Morg has been talking to you. Since Wagner died, everyone has been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Hakon, I hear you. What were you saying? Sorry, just tired. Go on. I heard you. I was saying the Varl we sent to Strahd have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he will be happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take on lackeys of his to watch over his property, a man named Eric. Eric! I met him. He seems competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it unless he wants Stretch crawling through his streets. We've put down every slag that was wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping your mouth, then. You're sure that would have... Okay, you're sure that wound has healed, Luden? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the Prince of a mission of peace, the Alliance would rot. Or worse. They're right, Luden. Return to Strand. Go home. Luden makes his own decisions. Wagner's dead. There's no reason to stay. If I will try to send the prince home, I'm not sure what will be the outcome. If I tell him that he can do whatever the heck he wants, he will act like a spoiled little princess, and that might be horrible. I'm referring to the option number 2. I'm thinking about the option number 3. What do you expect me to do? Go back to my father and tell him one Varl died, so the alliance is over? He has a point. As Wagner, Kander, you have the same responsibility. We would only be made to do this again later. Either take us through the wandering road, or do your job and slaughter some dredge. Ludin turns abruptly with a skull. He stamps back to his ring. Blah blah blah. Wandering roads not an option with this many. I could crush the boy's skull with one hand. If Ludin won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Ludin get to you. Let's go, I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Hakon? Tell them to be cautious, no more losses. Tell them we cover the mountainside in dredged bodies. Tell them we don't stop until Schlitt is retaken. I have no freaking idea what is this last option referring to. Also not sure if I want to go hunt for dredge. It sounds fun, but they are super hardcore. So let's go with will do. Give the word and we'll set off. Okay, well, I feel like since we are entering chapter number 3, I should finish off the episode over here. On the next one, we will find out what the heck is going on in the west coast of the island or the continent, while the dredge are starting to overrun the place. Hope you did enjoy this episode. I know it was a bit shorter, less combat, more story based, but I mean the game is a mix of all sorts of things, so yeah. If you liked it, consider subscribing. If you have any tips or tricks that you know about, please let me know. I will definitely appreciate it. I publish videos on a weekly basis, so subscribing to the channel is a great option for you to have always something fun to watch. I'm starting to think maybe I'm getting the hang of the names, but not the hang of the combat system. So we will have to find out. Thank you for watching, hope you liked it, and I will see you in the comment section or at the next one. Thank you, and bye-bye.